Hello everybody, this is a bit of a weird video today, but it was an idea I have had planned for a while. So, I'm sure if you're here, you've probably heard of the Sonic Eclipse leaks. And I have to say, I've had this idea before that. So this has nothing to do with all the time travel crap. But anyways, let's just get into it. Okay, so this game would be called, and don't be scared to leave something bitter in the comments, I couldn't think of anything good. It will be called Legends Foretold. Basically, the whole premise is Sonic gets stuck in the past, and he has to go through previous levels, and he has to save his friends on the way. Very nostalgia-based, but I still think it would be super duper fun. And considering the vast unknown about Chaos Energy, and the fact that Sonic Prime kind of showed us stuff, I don't know if that's canon or not, don't count me on that, but if it is canon, this should work. Eggman has once again stolen the Master Emerald, and using it to power up Metal Sonic, but Sonic and his friends show up to stop him. However, something goes different this time. Metal Sonic charges into Sonic, and they crash right into the Master Emerald, which causes a huge reaction, and everyone gets sent to different time zones. Now, let's go over the new mechanic. So, it'll be kind of like that one Eclipse post. Pretty much, if Sonic goes a certain speed, it's going to be pretty high. He's got to be running very, very fast. He can go to the next time zone. Now, here's the fun part. First level, Green Hill, obviously. Like, what did you think we was going to start with? That's like the most iconic level in the whole franchise. This level / time zone will be mostly normal. It'll be completely 2D. And I think at the end, there should probably be a boss fight. Maybe just like the Sonic 1 boss would be fine. Like, just to establish that Eggman is there. He is definitely there, and he is still definitely trying to stop Sonic. Now, Zone 2, I think, should probably be something from Sonic 2, considering we're doing time zones here. And I think we will meet Tails there. Not classic Tails, it will just be modern Tails. That is the universe he happened to go to. I forgot to mention this is all modern. Like, when they go back in time, it does not change their appearance. The level for Timeline 2, and what I believe is probably the most iconic level in Sonic 2, will be Chemical Plant. And I think we can all agree that if it's not the most iconic in Sonic 2, it's got to be pretty high up there. Because it's been in a lot of Sonic games. Like, maybe too many Sonic games. The third timeline, if you haven't caught on by now, will be something from Sonic 3. And I know there's a lot of popular levels there. And I'm going to mix Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic 3 into one category. Because I don't feel like anybody would want two Sonic 3 levels. So, for the most popular in there, we're going to go with Ice Cap Zone. And as most of us know, modern Sonic cannot spin dash. But since we're in the past, I think it's the best time for him to relearn this move. And here at Ice Cap Zone, we will see Knuckles frozen in a block of ice. And that will be kind of the tutorial thing to show the player how to spin dash. And here we will have another boss. And I think that the most iconic boss in Sonic 3 is the Mecha Sonic fight. The fight will be notably easier considering this is the beginning of the game. And if someone were ever to pick up this little idea, I'm sure there would be much more than I'm explaining to you right now. And here, yet again, we will see another new mechanic. So, when you get Tails, he will do what he does in Sonic 2 and help you beat the boss. But once we get to Sonic 3, you will have Tails and Knuckles helping you defeat the boss. However, there is a price to pay. If one of your friends would happen to get hurt, they would use your rings. Not all of your rings, maybe like 25% of them. Now, let's get into the fourth world. We will be skipping Sonic 4 because who actually cares about that game? I've never met anybody who ever said that was their favorite game. I don't even know anybody who's played that game, let alone know any of the levels, so. But there is one game that is superior to like 75% of the newer games. And that'd be Sonic CD, baby. Sonic CD will be where we see Amy, and it'll also be where we see Metal again. And come on, we all know what the most iconic level in Sonic CD is, right? It's obviously Wacky Workbench. No, I wouldn't do you like that. Wacky Workbench is awful. It's Stardust Speedway. Bad Future. We all know it is. Even if you don't like the level, which I don't know how you can not like the level, but it's the best on there. Heck, I even have my remix of it playing in the background, so, like, I love this level. It's amazing. This will have our first super interactive boss fight, I like to call it. So, the whole place has a big system failure, and all the doors keep closing. And you have to run while Metasonic chases very closely behind. If you get to the end, you save Amy, and Metasonic gets trapped under one of the doors. Now, we're going to do what we did with Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles for our next world, which will be Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. And out of those two, I think the most iconic level for the both of them would be City Escape, which I know that's not in Sonic Adventure 1, but come on, Sonic Adventure 2 is like way better than Sonic Adventure 1. We all know it's true. So the whole level of City Escape would be sort of like a giant QuickTime event. So you'll do what you did in Sonic Adventure 2. You'll cruise down the street, dodging cars, and once you get to the bottom, you would have got enough speed to get to the next level. So this is less of a world and more of a in-between fun moment, if that makes any sense. Now, for the sixth world, we will be going to Westopolis from Shadow the Hedgehog. Here in Westopolis is where we will meet Shadow, as you could probably guess. And Shadow will have a special ability in combat. Now, normally, he will just do what everybody else does. He will jump on the enemy and, apply a hit. But if you were to stay on the boss for maybe longer than the game would expect, Shadow would have an ability to where he could pull out an SMG and just shoot him down. Which, that wouldn't be a full hit. I think every 3 bullets would count as a hit, because you can't get too crazy. Now, we will get into the next world, which will be Crisis City from Sonic 06, the game popular for being terrible. For the sake of Crisis City being there, we're going to act like Sega does not at all ignore Silver and uses them, like he actually uses them. In the city, we will find Silver and Blaze. Silver will be joining the team, however, Blaze will be getting captured by a certain someone. That someone will be Neo Metasonic, who, after getting freed by his so-caring father, he went to the hero's world and came back in his new and improved state. However, before anybody can stop Neo Metal Sonic, he speeds up and goes to the next world. The next world on our list will be Rooftop Run from Sonic Unleashed. Sonic will encounter Chip and the Chip Bracelet, and he will also temporarily gain his Werehog abilities back. However, those abilities and Chip are restricted to that world. Chip does not possess the ability to go to the future, and neither does the Chip Bracelet or his Werehog abilities, considering it was only during that time period. By the way, I won't be describing the bosses there, so if you have any ideas for bosses in any of the worlds I didn't give a boss, feel free to leave that in the comments. Just let me know what you think. Once Sonic's Werehog abilities wear off in the daytime, Sonic has the ability to transfer time zones again. So, in the next world, he will be going to Mania. The zone in Mania will be Studiopolis. However you say that. I don't know. I don't feel like trying to say that. Here at Studiopolis, we will be encountering Mighty and Ray. Considering they were part of a DLC, I thought it would be pretty cool if they made an appearance. Last but certainly not least, from Sonic Frontiers, we will be going with Kronos Island. Here at Kronos Island, we will meet up with Neo Metal Sonic, 2 Eggmans, one from the past, one from the present, just like in Generations, Infinite, Zavok, and Chaos. This boss fight will be unique. It will be completely open world, just like Frontiers. Meaning that you can go from any angle. You're not restricted to 2D, just little jumps and all that. You can do whatever the heck you want. Now, let's get into a bit of the extras here. Just like Frontiers, you will get upgrades in this game. You can unlock Drop Dash, Peel Out, and other abilities from older games. Characters on your squad can also get upgrades. For example, you may be able to upgrade Shadow's weapon. Maybe you can go from an SMG to an AK-47, something like that. Well, that's all I have. Hope you enjoyed the video, and feel free to leave some recommendations in the comments. Goodbye.